Hey y'all, from websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. There are no hidden fees or price hikes, and all sites are optimized for mobile, and it is so simple. You just start with a design template and use drag and drop tools to customize it and make it all your own. So head to squarespace.com/read to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase. Let them know Kid Fury and Crystal sent you, and let's move on.
Folks, now that I am closing in on my golden girl years, I know that fancy adult things like insurance are more important now than ever. And I was surprised to know that you can get surprisingly great rates on insurance with State Farm. You can get all kinds of things taken care of when it comes to your car insurance. You don't even need to have a special connection on the inside. You don't need to be all VIP or rich. It feels like you're getting the special treatment that you deserve, that a lot of us deserve these days. And State Farm is not just any insurance company. They've got the coverage that meets your needs, our needs, for a price that fits our wallets. Because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Now let's start the show. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, or however that May song goes. Mm-hmm. I am Junie Taylor Champel. I can't do the French. Say Iman's last name like if it were French.
I won't do that.
Champel.
I'm absolutely gonna give that to you. Great
One day
job.
I'm gonna get it.
No, you're gonna nail it. Yep. And I am Marla Gibbs. This is The Read. Thank you for coming back.
Good old Marla.
That's right. A legend, an
Great
icon.
reference.
Absolutely.
Google if you're too young or just
and get familiar real quick.
Yeah, please do yourself. Yeah. Well, guys, let's not waste too much time because we already late.
Not our fault though.
Really isn't. Like technical difficulties and things of that nature.
Left. Yep.
I mean, because
right. I was there.
We are friends. Yes. I almost set everything on fire. Because if there's one thing that I would like to just do, it is work.
Right.
Like that's it. I want to simply do my job
more than anything,
and then eat snacks.
I just want to get my responsibilities done, and I take this seriously. So I hate when like something is in the way and I have no control over it, but we had no control. So.
Well, anyways, we're here now. That's what matters. And we're going to start with some Black excellence. And this week, we're passing Black excellence over to some fanciful, hardworking women by the names of Daisha Broadway and Stephanie Philo, who with Jessica Hernandez have won Emmys, daytime Emmys, for their work on a Black Ladies sketch show, where they are now the first all-women of color editing team to be nominated for and win an Emmy. And they've been working very hard editing a lot of your favorite things on the silver and what is the big one called? Silver screen is the little one, right?
Yeah.
No, silver screen is the big one.
The movies.
Yeah, and then the home. What do they call the one at that?
What is TV called? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a nickname for TV too.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea. The home screen?
Whatever. Y'all niggas, the home screen, I guess?
No, probably not.
Why do we have a podcast?
Somebody will tell us. What I know for sure is that if this has a name, somebody will tell us.
There's like a nickname for it, the way that they call silver. Why do we work? How do we do this?
Come on now. Don't do all that. We're not supposed to know.
I write television.
Oh, well, I mean, yes, but are you supposed to know the tube? The telly, the box. I'm clearly on Google.
Are you texting the queen?
Okay, listen, we don't know the nickname.
It's not even about us. This is about these hardworking editing geniuses. And they won an Emmy for the third episode of season 2 of Black Lady Sketch Show, which is my favorite episode of the season. It is titled Sister, May I Call You Oshun? And
I hate Robin Thede.
It's the worst. I've already talked about Dr. Hadassah, and that was the Black Table Talk episode with her and Gabrielle Union. Women in the workplace. Why? She's so fucking funny.
That character is just
she's
the
so
absolute
good.
most. So yes, congratulations to the whole team over in the Black Lady Sketch Show, but especially the 3 ladies who won.
She said, Dwayne Wade, how do you feel about your wife working like a free-range chicken? Yes, congratulations to the 3 of you and your fancy trophies. And may you edit all of the fancy things to come. Now, let us jump into our pop culture segment, which is called Top Right Now. Thank you very much. Need me somebody to get in these guns.
Come on,
hey,
Jesus.
you always on the run. Gotta slow it down, baby. Gotta give me some coke. I told you that it got worse. I know that we should just not do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore.
I cannot believe.
Like, when I said it is when I realized that I've gone too far. In my head prior to saying it, I was like, oh, this will be fine. And then it came out of my mouth. And I was like, oh, that was horrible. So I'm ashamed.
No, don't. No, this is sexual expression, and you are welcome and entitled to it. So good for you. I was just gobsmacked.
That was very vulgar. Yeah.
Was not ready for it, but still proud of you.
Thought it rhymed. And
still proud of you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You spoke your truth.
Speaking of Black excellence, let's talk about Jennifer Hudson, because she herself is now an Emmy winner, and this gives her a big ego to go with her big ego.
Oh my God, please.
I don't know if she has a big ego. I don't know, Jennifer.
Probably.
She seems like a lovely person.
We get the reference.
Yeah. Well, she won a daytime Emmy for, I didn't even know about this until I read this story, but she was the executive producer on a virtual reality animated film called Baba Yaga. And it's available like on Oculus Quest, which is the like Facebook owned VR headset company. I actually have one.
Right. Of course you do.
Of course you do. Yeah. Why did I say that?
We know you do.
But I didn't know anything about this. And I actually really love, like VR games and stuff are cool, but I feel like they've got a lot more work to do. Whereas a lot of films and like even music videos and like you've got like ambiance and like relaxation. So just like you could just put on the headset and like go to the beach.
Got you.
Basically.
Right.
And you're just at the beach and you're just surrounded by
until your kids come in the room.
Yeah, and ask you for a fruit cut, and then you have to get back to reality and hate your life.
But until then,
for that short moment,
you are on the beach. Okay, it sounds fun. It sounds good.
But you can also like watch movies. There's lots of like really fun interactive, or not so interactive, like films, whether animated or live action. And if you've never like experienced it, it's something definitely to try because it's really fun and one of a kind. But a lot of people now that, you know, Mark Zuckerberg got a headset, a lot more people have been working at VR for years and years, but a lot more like quality stuff is coming. So here we have Miss J Hud already scraping up an Emmy for her work on a VR film that also includes Kate Winslet, Glenn Close, and Daisy Ridley. They all voice cast characters in this thing as well. So when I tell you, I cannot wait to check this out because it gives me like a Pixar-esque vibe too, by the look of it when I did my Googles. Mm-hmm. So maybe it'll be sweet fun. Anyway, she won with Baba Yaga Film won an Emmy for Outstanding Interactive Media, Outstanding Directing Team, and Outstanding Character Design.
Oh, go on.
So now she's got an Emmy to go along with her Oscar for Dreamgirls.
Amen.
And her Grammy for that voice. Like,
doesn't even matter the
Grammys,
specifics,
excuse me.
right?
I think she won Best R&B Album in 2009. But yeah, that simply leaves her a Tony to snatch up before she's officially one of the few EGOTs in existence. And as I said to you before, if the girls think that Miss Jennifer is not in her time,
please don't.
I mean, I'm not going to speak for God, but if you think that this lady is not capable of scooping up a Tony, you're smoking dicks.
That's right. Spotted dick. Absolutely.
And honestly,
Dehydrated dick.
Does she not give you EGOT energy anyway?
Absolutely.
I would have almost believed she was already.
One already, right.
Yeah.
Would have been like, oh, that makes sense because I saw her in Broadway in The Color Purple, and I know she could sing. I'm sure she'd been on TV, probably got something for Dreamgirls. You know, I don't know. But like, if you had said that, I would have been like, yeah, I could see it. That's not like a stretch like it would be for most artists. So congratulations to her. I'm guessing you can only watch this movie if you have one of them contraptions. So I probably won't see it because I don't know if I trust them things yet. I get very auntie-ish.
Why?
Because I saw that episode of Black Mirror where that nigga was cheating on his wife by fucking his best friend in the headset. And
unfortunately, there isn't literal penetration. You can't virtual fuck yet. I'm sure we're around the corner from it.
You can't like virtually go on a date or something on them headsets. See.
Okay.
See. Exactly. I'm not doing all that. Anything where like it, and honestly, like meeting.
But you can't have sex.
Meeting people through the phone is like as far as I'm gonna go with that. I'm not finna VR meet you, nigga. I'm not finna do that.
But it's just like a phone though. It is. I mean, it's not even like a phone because can't nobody call your headset.
But the phone is not distorting my reality. The phone is not changing my perception of my environment. They're glasses.
It's not.
But it's making me see things that aren't
red
really
or blue
there.
pill.
No, I'm not doing. I don't get that reference either because I never saw The Matrix. So
great stuff.
So,
which actually, thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
Congratulations, Jennifer.
Yeah.
You're the tea. You deserve it. The Matrix, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to finagle this shit into the episode too, but you just handed it to me, or I guess I handed it to you and you lobbed it back.
You did.
That's why we do a show together.
That's right.
They have a new Matrix movie coming out soon. Resurrections, because I guess it needed to also be the Matrix and then an R word.
I guess.
And so John Wick is here to play Neo, and what is that lady's name who plays Trinity? Who cares? Like, they're doing another Matrix, and the trailer is out. It's been like highly anticipated and all of a buzz. You know, oh my goodness, this fancy, highly talked about, super iconic sci-fi movie. We're getting another one. It doesn't feel very Matrixy to me, the movie. It was missing like a lot of leather and combat boots and green tint over everything.
Okay.
But that's fine. I also don't know if Keanu Reeves has told everyone that he's working with that he's not cutting his hair or facial, like his goatee beard situation. Hair. I don't like, because I know that they are planning on doing to John Wick what I guess they do with Fast and the Furious, where they're just going to keep doing it until y'all refuse to go and watch them. So I figured that maybe the John Wick girls were like, don't cut your hair. We don't give a fuck about the 1, the 2, the 3, the Matrix. We don't care about any of that shit that y'all are going. He's doing John Wick, period.
Gotcha.
So if Neo can't have a perm, wrap it up. We're not doing it. So it's odd to watch John Wick like running through the Matrix. And then, you know, we have my husband that doesn't know we're married, Yahya Abdul Mateen.
Oh, he's actually my husband who doesn't know we're married, so that's awkward. But okay. I had to Google John Wick, and all these pictures are of Keanu Reeves.
Did you?
Who the hell is John Wick?
Something I was talking about.
Isn't John Wick the person playing Neo?
I love you.
What are you saying? Wait.
I will never be bored. You bring me so much joy.
No, I said something real stupid. I know I did.
So Keanu Reeves plays a character called John Wick.
Oh, in what movie? John Wick?
John Wick.
I've never heard of it. What?
Jesus.
I thought this was some white actor I'd never heard of. I was like, now who the fuck is John Wick, and how did he get the main role in the fucking Matrix?
Keanu Reeves plays this assassin man named John Wick who runs around with a Glock and several other guns.
So Keanu Reeves
and it's just
is
like,
in this new Matrix
much like The Matrix, it's like a movie for weebs by weebs. It's just people that love John Woo and like anime. Yes, I see John Wick and The Matrix.
I see what I have done here. Okay.
Yes, right. That is probably why we're confused.
Understood now.
But you know, Lawrence Fishburne played Morpheus in The Matrix.
Yes.
You didn't? Okay.
I knew he was in it. I did not know the role he played or what that means, but I knew he was in it.
All you need to know is that he was in it. Okay. That's really all that's important.
I did know that.
Now, Yaya is playing Morpheus in the new movie. Character that Lawrence Fishburne played. Lawrence Fishburne says that he was not asked to come back to the movie at all. That I don't like. I feel, I don't know. I don't support that decision. I just feel gross about it. Now, everybody knows I love new Morpheus. Like, I will watch that man in anything. And it's actually sickening that Yaya has been able to get all of these, like, between Black Manta, Candyman, Dr. Manhattan, and then now Morpheus, like, he's in a couple of years playing some iconic fucking roles.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, it's like, you couldn't ask the doll to come back in any fashion. Not even like a Zordon from Power Rangers where he's just like a virtual face.
Head. Okay.
You know, like nothing. And please don't, before you get super nerdy with me, anybody at home, I know that there was a game called The Matrix Online that was supposed to be canon and that Morpheus dies in the game. And that's probably why he's not in this. And then he comes back looking like something else. When in reality, it's probably just the fact that they wanted somebody who could do backflips and jump out of windows and dual wield guns and stuff that would look younger and cooler doing it. That's probably what.
Not to mention fine.
Not to mention
fine.
Amen
fine.
Today.
Those of us who don't know nothing about The Matrix will go see this. I don't give a fuck what happened in that movie. I'm going to look.
The same way the girls who have never seen Tony Todd's Candyman were front and center, ready to die. Like, he's just gorgeous.
We're going to buy the ticket. So
anyway, I'm probably going to watch it on HBO Max because, of course, I'm going to. But I don't feel strongly about it. And I just wanted to share that.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting those feelings be known.
The VMAs were on Sunday. I'm not going to spend too much time on them because I didn't watch them.
I didn't spend too much time on them either.
I watched the performances, many of the performances, via the tube of you, or we, or us. And yeah, I feel like that was good enough for me.
I didn't even watch all of the performances. I kept it to just the Negroes.
The ones you knew that you wanted to watch.
I mean, no. The ones I felt I had an obligation to watch. As colored people.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I watched Lotto's performance not wanting to do that.
Who?
Lotto. Big Lotto. Mulatto.
She performed?
She did. Several times. She did like little 2.5 minute sets like 3 times. She did that Bitch from the South song that I like and then 2 other songs I don't know. So I tried to watch I could not even get through the Bitch from the South one though. And I think it's because MTV has to do all that censoring for like the live VMAs, and there are some songs where you just need to let the cuss words fly because it don't hit the same without them. And that's one of them. That's one of them. So,
well, good for her. I didn't know that she was performing. I knew that she was there because I saw her on the red carpet, but I didn't know they had her perform, much less more than once.
Yeah, okay. She did. It was actually a pretty good look for her, all things considered. I mean, I'm imagining, but yeah, I watched all the people with at least one Negro parent.
Okay.
You know, since she calls herself a mulatto.
I mean, well, you are what you are. Is she just going by Lotto now? That's a much cuter name.
Yeah, I think she is because everybody was like, girl, this is so terrible. Please stop. So she was finally like, damn, it's Big Lotto then.
They bullied her into changing it. Okay. So Normani performed Wild Side. Mm-hmm. And I remember there being like some kind of hubbub about how the VMAs didn't ask her to perform at first. And then their fans were like, what the fuck is your actual problem? Have you never heard of Black Girl Magic? Are you stupid? Did you not see the video? Do you not know that she's queen of things? Yeah. And so then, much like Mulatto in her name, VMAs was like, you're right. We got it.
I mean, she did ask. She literally was like, would love to perform at the VMAs, girl. What's up? So I understand why the stands were like, we will get it done. And I'm glad they did because it was one of the best performances of the night.
She cleared it.
From what I saw. And I'm just assuming all the Black people did better than all the white people. So I'm going to assume that this was one of the best performances of the night. I'm absolutely serious.
I know that you are. You're probably not wrong.
Sorry.
I mean, you aren't. Like, the standout performances were... Anyways, she was great. The choreography, obviously, was really good. Mm-hmm. The outfits, the references, and, like, tributes and stuff, obviously, to Aaliyah. Right. I got a little taste of Sierra in there. I think Sierra introduced her performance.
Obviously, Janet Jackson.
I might be wrong. But yes, obviously also stellar and erotic tributes to Janet and her Velvet Rope All For You, Would You Mind ass tour performances where she would strap niggas to a crucifix on stage and then put her punani to their nose bridge. Yeah.
Them niggas went home and left their wives.
You literally watch their souls leave.
Like you can pinpoint the exact second that this nigga makes a mess of himself. Like you can see it. It is right there. Like Janet was really doing like mind tricks on these niggas on stage and then sending them home. Like, I hope you had a good time. Here go a t-shirt.
And I'm so glad I've gotten to see her perform.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, me too. I am. Oh, I thank God because I never got to see Michael Jackson live, and I hate that for me.
Me neither.
But I have seen Janet a few times. Oh my God. Or Whitney. Which let's not. We're about to.
Yeah. Now we're about
to get distracted and get sad. So let's not. But anyway,
rather than bringing
great performance,
some horny young man up from the audience, though, Normani decided to do us all a favor, and rather she had Teyana Taylor strapped up on here. God, these women are gorgeous.
They are. Honestly, when I watched it, I could not really tell that was Teyana Taylor. I had to run it back and be like, "You sure?" But
really.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
Maybe, I don't know.
When they got like a close up to her, like you could super see that it was her. But then also, a good portion of the time, her face was covered by Normani's vagina.
That is true as well.
Like...
Normani immediately like hopped up on this bitch, thrusting all over her, put her pussy directly in front of her face. And I know Iman was somewhere truly enjoying the experience, but... You know, as for me, I was just like, okay, you know, a fun little gay moment. I can never be mad at it. I'm obviously not going to take it seriously, but, you know, good for her. And I appreciate the homage to a legend.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything from Boosie about the children, which is concerning. You know, he may have passed on. You know, he doesn't eat anything but hot Cheetos and Kraft singles. So
he must have passed away because normally by now he would have piped up about how homosexuality is ruining kids and y'all need y'all's asses beat for putting this shit on TV where children can see it and how fucked up this is and how, you know, the Normani is just going too far. Like, something must be wrong. Boosie must have COVID. He must be laid up somewhere. Like, maybe he's stranded, hurt in a ditch somewhere. I don't know. But any other time, he would be ready, you know, with all of the gay hate in the world. So I don't understand why he's missing.
What might be different about
I really don't. I truly cannot get it. Because, like, that was pretty gay.
Pretty gay.
That was pretty. Yeah. Like, I mean, she put her pussy in her face.
Yeah, she did.
That was, I mean.
Lots of gyrating.
Some gay shit.
Scissoring.
Yeah, it was.
Stapling.
You know, hands on the titties. She literally, I mean, she really did grab Teyana's titty. Yeah. So, I'm just.
I loved it, but I'm just worried about
I thought it was great, right? And I'm just really confused as to why everybody who normally has such a problem with gay shit is really quiet about this. I'm really confused by that, you guys. Maybe you can enlighten me on Facebook.
So let's move on to Destiny's grandchild.
One of a couple of Beyonce, like blatant Beyonce influences I saw that evening.
Man.
Give it to Chloe fucking Bailey Child. The way we have watched this little girl grow up. And to just see her stepping out there on her own and doing her shit, I felt like an auntie, a very proud auntie. I really did.
Oh my God, my auntie energy was so high.
I said, yes, baby, you better.
I was literally bouncing between like enjoying it just as a viewer and then also like battling the fact that this is not about me. Like, right. None of this is for me.
And I'm fully not a part of this. It's not for me.
It has nothing to do with me.
Her fan base, like her look, her sound, nothing is targeted towards me. And yet I love it and I live.
Of course.
So
I mean, this is Destiny's
literally
the energy, the confidence. And I don't know her, obviously. She might be one of those types of people that is like, actually a bit shy. She's never given that.
Oh, she said, no, not on stage she doesn't. But she's very much like, oh my God, you guys, sometimes I just get so insecure. And it's like, what? Yeah, so I feel like she is a lot like, you know, her musical mother in a lot of ways.
That's why for me, that performance of Have Mercy was like, it felt like the theme was the possession of Chloe Bailey.
Amen.
Because the spirit of Sasha Fierce was running through her on that stage. And that's what, it was just like, she was so into that performance. You can tell she rehearsed her ass off. You can tell she was waiting for that moment. You can tell that she knew she was that bitch for real.
Yeah.
From the like gorgeous operatic intro to the dance break, the costume, it was just Child of Destiny.
Absolutely.
And I live. I know that Mama was on a yacht somewhere with Sir and Rumi and the gang.
Correct.
On a yacht. And she did that Raven-Symone laugh where Raven was eating that sandwich on live after she talked to...
That one piece of bread she was folding over and smearing peanut butter on. Yes. And just cackle.
I know that Beyonce let out a slow cackle and tossed that MacBook into the ocean like, yes, girl, we do this.
And
we do this over here.
Immediately. Like, I no longer have a use for this device. It can go away. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of the young stans don't like for her to be compared to Beyonce, but you are just really delusional if you think that's not.
She's her artist. Like, how are we supposed to?
She's literally her protege. Like, come on now. And I mean, the parallels are there, girl. So
what's wrong with that?
Nothing. It's actually an incredible compliment because, of course, Chloe is her own artist. But I really enjoyed it. Like, it felt exciting to see somebody who I've seen progress so much and whose music I genuinely love. Like, I'm not just supporting you as a black girl because you're a black girl. I play Ungodly Hour like every fucking week.
I really do love that shit.
Chloe and Halle. I do. I went early to Beyonce concerts because they was opening and I wanted to catch the show. Like, I love them. So I'm just so proud of her. I'm so happy for her. And for this to be, you know, the solo debut, I cannot wait to see where she goes from here. Just so excited for her trajectory.
I am excited to watch that as well because they are different. Like, even aside from, you know, the artists they're signed to, as sisters, they're quite different.
Alex the shooter.
She is. And pulled up to the VMAs, to the Met and everything. Like, say something. I want anyone. I'm done filming.
Please say something about
who
my
has
sister.
what's the problem?
Because the bitch is ready to fight. Please say something. Say something
I dare
else.
you.
Oh my God. But you know what? I see it. And not to be incredibly obvious again, but it very much gives Beyonce and Solange.
That sisterly energy. There's just lots of parallels.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like they have very different voices. They're of a different generation as well.
Absolutely.
So like the stuff that they're interested in and the sounds that they're going to want to make are going to be different as well too. So that's exciting to see grow.
Exactly. And I'm excited to see these girls as their own artists. I'm just saying you would have to like really not be paying attention in order to see the way these girls are similar. You would have to be like trying to ignore it, but they are their own people. And I love these kids. So just so happy for the both of them. The way they killed it at the Met, bitch. You cannot tell Halle shit. First of all, I know that for a fact. Like,
they're lovely.
Just gorgeous. Really and so talented. So, you know, let me stop standing because I sound like I'm 15 years younger than what I am, but I love them.
I watched Lil Nas X's performance as well. I think this was my favorite of his performances to date. I feel like he's getting better and better, and seemingly more confident as well. He won Video of the Year for his Satan Porn.
Yay! Still can't watch. Oh my God. No, please continue. I'm so sorry. I have to tell you something though when you're done.
I mean, I thought his performance was, like I said, I just feel like it's getting more and more elevated as time is going on. I'm very, very happy for him. Excited that his album is coming out soon. I thought that he looked pretty good at the Met Gala too. I loved seeing the picture of him and Frank Ocean together. I thought,
oh yes, really that made my day.
Oh my goodness. And I love him. I hope that he's in good spirits and shit like that. And I loved his glimmery ass cat suit that he had on at the Met.
Incredible.
He had on like
5 outfits.
Yeah, like
the nigga just kept
take him out of like 3 things.
Right.
But I mean, it's the Met Gala.
Right. And then the way he was like strutting and posing on the carpet, I'm like, you are eating this up. And I love it for you. Really do. I mean, honestly, the way I look at Chloe as my niece, this little boy is my nephew. You cannot tell me no different. And
I do feel like I will pull up to the park for these kids. Yeah. And I don't know them.
Yeah, absolutely. But I agree. I feel like he is getting better. And I feel like the more live performances he does, the tighter that choreography and everything is going to get. And so I'm just like Chloe, I'm excited to see where he goes from here. And also like Chloe, I saw the Beyonce influence in the whole marching band intro. I just automatically got Homecoming vibes. I just assumed.
It's never something.
I just assumed. I'm just saying. I'm just saying everything about the intro really.
But that song specifically has that element.
No,
in it. It's
it
not
does.
like
it's not like out of nowhere. I'm just saying I saw it. Perhaps everyone saw it, but I did.
Can we also just like, oh God.
I was just going to say that when the video first came out, some young person told me, Annie, do not watch it past like a minute 30 or something, because some white boy comes on and you're going to be mad. So I've never watched the video.
I was like, wait, what happened in that video?
I've never watched the video past that point. I've always just cut it off because I trust young people when they tell me not to look at something. And so
that's just because they know you.
That was my first time.
Jack doesn't do it. Jack Harlow seems quite harmless.
I mean, and that VMA performance was my first time matching Jack Harlow's face to his voice. And I was extremely confused.
Really? Oh, because you didn't know he was white, or you just didn't know he was white?
I knew Jack Harlow was a white boy, but I did not know he sounded like that. And
yeah.
I was not anticipating that verse. I was not like nothing because the young people told me to cut it off. So I did. And
how did you feel about it?
I've not streamed it. I liked it more than I thought I would. Yeah. I really was like, okay, I'm about to be irritated.
He's kind of cute.
Yeah. I guess I would not say that, but I think
he's kind of cute.
I liked his
He just
verse.
seems like harm. I don't know. I will say this though about the video. When I watched the video, like as soon as he comes on, like the very first frame, there's like a girl giving him a back rub or something. Meanwhile, they're in prison. So
I mean, his verse was very heterosexual. So
I mean, he is,
but
it's no different than all of the other verses I've heard from him. So it didn't seem like in the song itself it was very specific. But to me, it was on like in the video, it was like they made sure that as soon as you saw him, it was like pussy is his thing. So
like I said, I would not know because I cut it off before I ever saw this white
of
boy.
the rapping white boys or white folk right now. Jack Harlow seems like harmless to me, so I don't pay him no mind. I mean, I don't. It's like fine.
He's probably the one I would be most likely to listen to, but he's also the one I would keep my fucking eye on. Because it's always the ones you don't suspect.
It's
always the ones that you think, oh, that white boy is harmless. He ain't finna do nothing.
And
crazy.
Now that we have said this, he's saying
2 weeks
tomorrow.
maximum.
Tomorrow. Watch.
It will not be long.
I give it 10 days.
Truly,
you thought that this was the read, but it was the ring. 7 days until Jack Harlow says nigger.
This white boy will say something.
Yes.
I pray you don't.
The
but
VMAs
you
were
will.
fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Like I said, I watched the colors.
They were cute. I watched a lot of the Black folk and Olivia Rodrigo, and I enjoyed what I watched. I don't remember looking at anything that I didn't like, but then again, I didn't really click on anything I felt like would waste my time.
Okay, makes sense.
So, that Olivia Rodrigo song is really cute and catchy.
If you say so.
Like, it sounds
know.
like something that they would listen to at, I don't know, Logan Paul's prom.
Oh, Christ. That don't sound like something I want to download. What's it called?
Good for you. It's very like punk rock, but I don't know.
I'll look it up later.
And like, can y'all give the girls a break for live vocals this and live vocals that? Like, I know we prefer it, and some people can, give you a whole lot of exertion on stage and also sing live and sound great. But some people, some people are LeBron James, and then some people aren't.
Yep.
It's just kind of ridiculous to me that we're still doing this. Like, okay, if you're, I think, over like 24, come on, girl. Like, if somebody's dancing for 5 minutes,
you should know.
They're probably going to use pre-recorded vocals because it doesn't matter how well you sing. Mm-hmm. You're going to not sound as good when you are dancing.
Right.
Period.
And everybody don't run in heels to get ready for it. So y'all have got to, like, I honestly don't care about the whole pre-recorded vocals thing anymore, which is truly a sign of growth because I used to really be pressed.
Same.
But I really don't give a shit anymore. But I will just say that we can tell when the mic is hot and when it's not. Because people whose mics are on almost always have a backing track on with the vocals. So,
but the thing about it is, like, even the people who were getting criticized for being, their mic was not on. It literally was. Like, I don't think that a lot of people understand how like the literal tech behind this works. The microphones are still on. They're just not
singing.
They're just not singing. Like, so why do you think they can still be like, what's up, MTV? Like, in between things.
And then toss
why
the
do you
mic.
think that, like, when they do choreography and their fucking mic accidentally hits the ground or their knee, you can hear it? But my thing is, like, half of y'all could walk up like one flight of stairs without losing your breath. And that's fine. half the time that's me.
Right.
But it's just, why do you expect for people to be doing aerial gymnastics and jumping up and down on stage and choreography and also like singing opera? Give people a break.
Maybe they've seen one or two artists who could do it, and those people have spoiled them for everyone else, but y'all have got to come back to reality. Most of the girls are not able. Well, I mean, okay.
Everybody ain't Tina Turner.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad if I enjoyed the performance. I enjoyed it, and I'm happy to leave it at that.
What do we got here? So Raven-Symone said on a podcast recently that you didn't have to. No, because I know you like Raven-Symone.
I don't. What? Keep going. What was you saying?
She said on a podcast recently that, I guess, during the lead up to our production for when they were in talks, I guess, for Raven's Home, that Disney at some point asked if she wanted the character Raven to be a lesbian. And Raven said no.
Jesus Christ.
And she says, quote, "The reason I said no wasn't because I wasn't proud of who I was or didn't want to represent the LGBTQ plus community in any way. It was because Raven Baxter is Raven Baxter is Raven Baxter. There's no reason for me to change the human that she was in order to fit the actress that played her. And Raven Baxter is a character that I was proud to play. Even if she's straight, cisgender, I don't mind. Let her have her moment. She was divorced, though, and I had no worries about saying no boyfriends." So I just found this story quite interesting to me because it just like reeked of weird Hollywood. Like, why would Raven need to be a lesbian? Like, why would Raven Baxter need to be a lesbian just because Raven-Symone is?
Mm-hmm. Well, I see why they asked, because, #diversity and wanting to cover all the bases.
Yeah, but girl.
Right. And I'm actually not mad. I was fully prepared to be annoyed at Raven's response to this, but I'm actually not mad at it. I just feel like, if the person who played Raven Baxter does not feel that it's necessary, then who are me to say otherwise? Like, I don't truly, I'm not that invested in Raven's Home. I thought you was going to talk about her and her white wife, who are so exhausting, and I just need them to log off.
She, if she had said yes to that, then I guess I would respect that too. Now that you say that, because there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think that it would have been necessary.
No, I mean, I don't either. And I just now, when you said, that she was like, "Oh, no boyfriends," that is when it clicked for me that I've never seen Raven dating on the Raven's Home reboot. I've never seen that. So it didn't even occur to me, and it probably didn't occur to them kids, that Raven was never really going out or nothing like that. Because, I mean, it's like, that's not what the show is about. It's about her life, obviously, but it just does not have to be that deep. And I feel like people be making shit more than what it has to be.
Exactly.
Not that representation or whatever is not important or useful or valid, but the actress is allowed to say, "I don't feel like I need to do that for this character." And I'm going to give that to her over everybody else's opinion.
Yeah.
But the way she acts about her white wife is exhausting.
All right.
So, and I just thought that was what you was going to say, and I was tired already.
I wouldn't have gone out of my way to discuss their relationship.
You're right. And I appreciate that. I just saw it recently, like a few hours ago. And so I'm like, proud.
Oh, something recently happened?
You didn't see the one where the wife got braids? Not like braids, not like box braids, but her hair was braided. And Raven is on Instagram Live or some such TikTok. I don't know what the fuck it was, child. Talking about, aren't her braids so cute? See, she was worried about cultural appropriation. You guys were going to say cultural appropriation. And then her wife is like, "Oh, it's just a braids." And then Raven's like, "See, baby, everybody thinks her braids are so cute." And so, oh my God, Christ, Jesus. Like, I don't need that either. Miss from every continent except one and every country except two. I don't need that neither, girl. Like... So, but I'm so glad that wasn't what you were referencing.
Why? I mean, I've got you for it.
I mean, the lesbians send me this shit every time it happens, and every time I'm just instantly so sleepy.
Well, I figured I would just mention this since a lot of y'all tagged us in it. I forgot that we very briefly discussed Summer Walker and London's baby mother drama and how I was going to say baby mother drummer. And how like the baby mamas, now that London and Summer aren't together, like IG ganged up on Summer and were like, London is the best father in the absolute world. And Summer is a junkie whore. No one believes her.
Right.
Less than a week later, here goes same baby mama up here with a new post. All that shit I said the other day about London was cap. He promised he was going to pay me to make him look good, and now he's acting broke. London thinks he can manipulate every situation he encounters. He's a snake for sure. He got so many faces. He just takes turn playing whoever, whenever, wherever benefits him at the time. I'm big enough to say I was dead wrong for disagreeing with Summer over a little money that I never got. But that's Summer and I still got our differences or whatever. But
oh, are you kidding me?
Why are you even still talking about her? Like,
help me, God.
We got our deadbeat ass baby daddy in common. Sweetie, it sounds like you want to have something in common with her. I don't even know why you're talking about Summer still. Like, if this nigga is acting crazy, why are you even talking to us at all? Leave us alone. Leave us alone. Isn't there like a family court for this or something? Y'all ain't got memas, nanas, gammies?
I mean, they do, but they're not going to do that. These kids were raised on social media, and therefore they are going to let it all play out on social media. I don't think anybody really trusted this girl's word and was like, oh my God, this shit is absolute gospel in the first place anyway.
I mean, sure, but it's like, aren't you embarrassed? Like, I mean, the answer has to be no, obviously. It's definitely a no. I guess I'm just confused because I don't see me ever doing this in any reality. But it's like, you didn't have to tell. You could have just not. And that would have been absolutely fine. Like, you could have just kept this to yourself and we would have had no issues whatsoever. Why did we need to be brought into this at all? And if this is true about like London offering to pay her, I'm really wondering why that nigga thought this wasn't going to backfire. Well, of course he denies it. He said, I'd never pay somebody to defend me, move on. And then there was more back and forth or whatever. Go. And then like a couple days after that, she posted some other thing that was very sweet again. Like, we're working together and I can't wait to co-parent.
Right. All that.
She was right back on the other side. So it's that, like, that's what I'm saying. Leave us. We don't have to be a part of it. Like, we don't need updates.
We don't. Y'all have created lives together. Why can't we all just focus on the actual babies here? Like, why do the parents have to be dragging this shit out for the shade room and thousands of random nobodies to be a part of? Why can't everybody just go to work or stay at home and watch TV or whatever you do? I really don't give a shit. But why can't everybody just mind their business and do what's best for the kids? All of the grown ass niggas who came together to make these kids. Why can't that just happen?
I think that people, how they talk about like main character syndrome?
Yeah. Oh,
and people just being like in their own show. I feel like the girls be feeling like they're on their show. And so it's like, okay, here's the latest episode.
No, but Mona's not here.
You don't have to update us. We don't have. And the thing is, just because these posts run up numbers and comments and stuff doesn't mean that anybody cares. Those people on those blogs are going to comment anyway because they are bored. They don't want to work and they're just distracted. That is what most of the people who be on Instagram blogs are doing. They're just procrastinating or whatever. So they go comment on whatever because that's their form of entertainment. So they don't actually even care about your life, sis, just because they commented on it. They would comment about whatever the fuck shot John was on that motherfucking blog because that's what they do when they're bored at work.
which is all the more reason to not give them nothing to comment on. Like, it's all the more reason to not be a part of that, because like, it's one thing when people who actually give a fuck about you have something to say, but these niggas don't give one shit, girl. They're gonna scroll to the next post and completely forget about you 30 seconds later. They do not give one fuck.
Seconds.
Sister. So please.
Seconds. Please. Right after they left that comment about your life, seconds later they left a comment about something else.
Absolutely. It could have been body wash. It could have been pussy razors. It could have been Beyonce. Like, people, they're going to move right on, girl. They're going to close this app, open another one, come back to this one in 2.5 minutes, and repeat the cycle all damn day. So you could just not.
You could just not.
But here you are anyway.
Well, unless you have a read that might involve someone whose name rhymes with Topeka Tabaj, I don't.
I don't have to necessarily, do that. I certainly can, but it's
have a read for something else.
I couldn't, not really, but kind of.
Okay, I mean, we can.
I was gonna say, I truly don't feel like it matters if we do it now or later. We're gonna both be talking about it anyway, so we might as well move on. Save it for the end.
Okay. Well, great. We will then handle those things a bit later in the show. For now, then, we will take a break and come back to read your letters. So, guys, if there's ever a time that we might need someone to listen to us, hear us out, it is now. If you need to confide in a friend, but you hardly get a chance to see them, if you need to hug your mama, but you're too far away, look, you might just need to get some unbiased feedback on that person who really doesn't deserve any more of your time. Whether you're a parent, a student, millennial, or just having a hard day, hard week, Talkspace can provide the support that you need to help you feel better with just a single message. Talkspace offers individual and couples therapy in addition to medication and prescription services. Set goals with your therapist and they can help make sure you're really progressing. Talkspace works around your schedule, and you can send and receive unlimited messages with your dedicated therapist in the app. Plus, you can schedule live video sessions with your licensed therapist from anywhere. There are thousands of licensed therapists who are experts in dozens of specialties. So find out why Talkspace is the #1 online therapy platform to help you sort out your issues. You can start feeling better with a single message. Match with a licensed therapist when you go to Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month with the promo code READ. I've used it before. It's really easy. It's very helpful, very quick. And you can get $100 off if you use our promo code. That's $100 off when you use the code READ at Talkspace.com. Go give it a try if you need someone to talk to. And let's get back to the show. All right, folks, so it is time for your letters.
Yes,
Make it hot.
Is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on the show. Our first letter comes from Crawford, who says, "Hey, Kid Fury and Crystal, my friend and his man have been together for about 8 months. I love my friend, and I do like his boyfriend. He's really sweet. But I don't always want to hang out with them both. Sometimes I just want to hang out with my friend. I feel like when I send an invitation that does not include the boyfriend, it should be clear that I am only inviting the people named unless that is stated otherwise. It's not like his boyfriend is never welcome, but sometimes you just want to hang out with your friends. How would you tell your friend to leave their man at home when you invite them somewhere? Thanks. I love the show, Crawford."
So 2 things. A, I feel like this is a great question because I think a lot of people deal with this with friends, especially with friends that are like in new relationships.
Right.
That's A. B, if anybody can answer this, it's you.
Now, why would it be me?
Because you are the bitch who will directly tell somebody they may not come.
It's true.
Crystal will absolutely be true. Like, I'm inviting you to this thing.
Right.
You. Mm-hmm. I don't. I'm happy for you, but
the people I'm making eye contact with are invited and everyone else is not. Sadly, that's not wrong. That's not incorrect.
It's great.
Bless your heart, Crawford. I think you have to set the expectation when you send the invitation in order to avoid this awkwardness later. If he has made it a habit, and you said like in the footnotes that him and his man do everything together and they're super wrapped up in each other. And of course, everybody involved is gay and black and in their mid to late 20s. So everything's going crazy right now and it's all a good time and it's all hell. So I would just, when I'm sending the text or the email or the TikTok or whatever y'all do now to invite niggas to do something, I would just say, let's have a girls' night. Or, I mean, that's what I would say. But like, let's have a friends' night, or let's do something with just the niggas or whatever. Like, however you need to make it clear that you want it to just be time with your friends, I would do that. And then if he brings the nigga anyway, I would pull him aside at some point to just chat privately and be like, love your man, but sometimes we just want to hang out with the girls. And I hope you can understand.
Yeah.
And they should be able to understand that. Like, and another thing, like what I have learned over my long life compared to the rest of you is that people grow out of this eventually. And the girls be wanting to go places without their niggas very badly.
Yes.
This is not even a conversation I have to have no more, because at this point, and I love all of my friends, partners, spouses, all that, especially now that my homegirl leaving her white husband. I love all of them. So what I've noticed is that bitches be like, when can we meet up without my man and these kids? They be so hyped to come over for girls' night and drink wine and eat popcorn and watch reality TV. Like, they be so hyped for that shit. That shit, you might as well have told them they was going on an all expense paid trip to Jamaica, bitch, for as hype as they be for a night without their man and their kids. So
a lot of times those are the relationships you can really respect too, because they might have been together long enough that it's like, oh, this is someone who's not going anywhere. You know? Like that is especially super like husband, wife, kid at home, kid, like that's very big. How the fuck can I get away from these niggas' energy? Yeah.
And I get being wrapped up in a new relationship. It happens to most people, happens to the best of us. But, you know, just a gentle reminder that, hey, girl, we love you as well as like an individual person and would love to hang out with you without your barnacle. That would be great.
Right. And for me, it's like, I be afraid that if I'm with the nigga all the time, especially early on, that we're gonna get
tired of each other,
bored of I guess.
I definitely am.
I want to establish that separation a bit early on. Oh, dating is so complicated and stupid.
It is stupid.
I don't do it, I guess.
It is really dumb, but
because like I don't want to be around you all the time, and I damn sure don't want to be around you with my friends.
Hell no. Hell no.
Niggas?
Do you know how, Brian, I was going to say, do you know how long I would have to be with a nigga to bring him around these niggas? These rude niggas.
Babe, I love you, and that is why I haven't introduced you.
And that's why, because I don't even want to do that to you.
It's for the best. For everyone.
And, you know, for a while, niggas was bringing all kind of niggas around, and I just stopped trying to keep track of names. So, but like I said, people grow out of that, and eventually it starts being like, want to hang out with my friends. And, you know, of course we can do couple stuff. I mean, if I don't like your boyfriend, I will say that. And if you have an issue with his man, you should definitely say that. But you said the boyfriend is sweet. So just be like, you know, I miss you and I want to hang out with you sometimes without you kissing somebody every 13 seconds.
Yeah. I think that, like you said, if the fact that you do enjoy the boyfriend or you think he's cool or whatever, that helps. Because you can say that. And then really, I think that if you express yourself and how you're feeling at that point and it's a problem for your friend, I think that would be a red flag for me.
Right.
Because it's like, what you're saying isn't wrong.
Right.
Like, I can think that you are, like, I can love your relationship, your partner, and be really happy for you, but still want to just spend time with you. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if we're like, and I've said this before, even if we're not talking about people in a relationship, the vibe changes every time someone is added to the room.
It does.
It doesn't matter who it is. Yep. Like, me and you in a room together is one vibe, and it's a great vibe. We put Dustin in that room, that's another vibe. We put a sign, you know what I mean? And all of these things are great things, but it's just like
it changes.
Different people in different rooms. Yeah, they add to a vibe. And sometimes I just want the original. And then on top of that, if y'all are fucking, that is a super specific vibe.
Right.
Because then it's like,
the energy.
You gotta like, be careful what you say. And it's just.
And that's another thing. I've only known your man for 7 months. I want to talk about whole shit. I do not want to talk about it around your man. I don't know that nigga like that.
Yeah, no. I think your friend should understand that.
Yeah.
And if you say it the way that Crystal just laid it out, it should be fine. And if it's not, well then, I guess you're going to have to, wait till they hopefully get to that stage where
they're a little tired of each other.
Yeah.
Right. You'll know to only invite this person. If they're like, that's my rib and we don't go nowhere without each other, then okay, girl. Whenever it's in everybody's invited party, I will hit you up.
Yeah.
And that's the choice you're making. And they're free to make that. I wouldn't even take that personally. Niggas be getting caught up when they first fall in love. All them new emotions. Y'all be acting like common sense just flew directly out the window. So
a huge chunk of me misses that feeling. And then we talk about it.
It's chaotic.
The complications that come with it. It's just like all of the shit that flows through your head. And it's just like the amount of times you delete the same text.
Right.
Like, and not even because it's like any insecure shit, but it's just like, or, toxic shit. It's just like, does this sound stupid?
Right.
That's not funny.
Oh my God, I sound thirsty. Wait, she took 1 hour and 57 minutes to reply to me. So now I got to wait 2 hours and 15 seconds.
Girl, I don't miss that. I don't miss that.
No, girl, I'm not doing that shit.
Sometimes you luck up though, and you get someone that you like. That's not even a thing, and that's refreshing. But that shit's like, like rolling the best dice on Mario Party. I was gonna say,
I don't think that has ever happened to me.
Yeah.
So, but
sometimes some people just, it's like it flows like water.
Maybe
and
next
it's like,
time.
oh my God, is this my soulmate?
Oh Christ! Oh no.
But for most of us, yes, you're counting the seconds that person texted you,
right?
And then doing math and when you should text back so you don't sound like a freak,
right? Or so you don't seem like so desperate or so thirsty or whatever else, like too early.
Counting exclamation marks. Oh, girl!
All of the mental anguish that goes with having a crush or a new love, you can truly keep me out of it. Like I have things to do, girl. I don't have time, but I do understand those feelings. So, please remember that it is okay to go outside and take a breath of air without your man. A little time apart is great. Like, your friend is talking about a few hours just to hang out with you. It's not unreasonable. So,
yeah.
But best of luck to you as you have this conversation. Our next letter comes from Frank, who says, I'm a bisexual man who just moved to a new city not too long ago. As I was doing my usual window shopping across the apps, I started talking to this guy and we really hit it off. We've gone on a few amazing dates. Plus, the sex is good and his throat don't quit.
Whoa, right.
However, he is in an open marriage with a woman, and I've never had a problem with that. I even text his wife occasionally, and so far, everything has been great. When we do hang out, we usually come to my house. He keeps hinting that I'm always welcome to come to his house. However, it's only been a month since we've met. And while we are very comfortable with each other, I'm not sure how long it should be before I'm ready to meet his kids. I don't think I'm opposed to meeting them, and they're a big part of his life. So, of course, I'd love to meet them, but is a month too soon? How long do I wait to meet his family before it seems awkward? Would love to know your thoughts.
Bitch, I don't fucking know. Like, what the fuck?
Thanks for rank.
It's like, let me go through my text the last time this happened. See what I did. I forgot.
Frank.
Well, how soon is too soon to meet your grinder buddy's family?
Always is too soon.
I feel like forever, yeah.
If this man is not talking about building a long-term polyamorous co-parenting relationship with you, you do not need to go to his home or meet his children or his wife, for that matter. Maybe the wife, but certainly not the children. And I don't think you need to be like a part of their regular everyday life if this is not a long-term relationship y'all are building towards. And a month in, there's just no way. Absolutely not. You should not be meeting this nigga's kids a month into this. Ain't no way.
Did he move to Atlanta? Where did he say where he moved?
No, he said a new city. But hell, it probably is Atlanta. These details.
Wow. Well, so here's the thing. You are permitted to do what you are comfortable with in this situation. Mm-hmm. You know what his tea is. You say you've spoken to the wife. She cool.
They kick it.
So it sounds like there aren't secrets or any sort of nefarious goings on.
It's not cheating.
So at least that's clear. Which means then, if you're not comfortable, you're just not. And unless, like Crystal just said, unless y'all are talking about building to something serious, which again, even if you were,
4 weeks.
Even if that was what even if that was something that you were both interested in, I would still, after a month, not be trying to meet his fucking kids or his wife. No. I'm sorry. 4 weeks?
No.
Good evening.
No.
We ain't even had like more than a couple brunches. Right. Have you had brunch? Like, well, they've have you shared a sandwich?
They've had throat. They've had a couple of dates that were amazing. So maybe there was
throat open 24 hours. That's was Walgreens Pharmacy.
There was probably a brunch in there somewhere, though, with the hashtag LGBTQs. So
if you're not comfortable, you're not comfortable. I think that, like, personally, if he was trying to, like, bring me into the family, that would make me run for the hills. Yeah. If he was like, oh, no, I just want to play Smash Brothers or something, then I would be like, okay, I really don't want to meet this nigga's kid. He just want to do some cool shit. And he does always come over here. Am I sending like, maybe I should just go for it. Maybe it won't be as uncomfortable as I think. But then the kid's going to want to play Super Smash Brothers 2. And then I'm going to have to whoop his ass because I'm not going to let this kid beat me in Super Smash Brothers. I don't
in front of his children.
Like, right. And I'm never going to come back. Right. Like that's what, I feel like I would be more torn. No, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't go. What the fuck am I talking about? But like, if I was, I think it would be if I knew it was just on some chill shit.
Right.
Because it's like, I face fuck your dad.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's
yep. That is the relationship I have with your dad. That's what we do. Yeah. And I don't really, there's so many reasons why I feel like now is not a good time to meet these children. And honestly, none of them have to do with the homosexuality of it all. It's just, this is too new, and it's too soon to say whether y'all are going to be building towards something long term. Like, you met this man a month ago, and I would honestly be a little curious as to why he keeps saying, oh, you can always come over to my house. Like, why would I do that when I live alone with no kids and you have children and a wife? Why would we do that? Why wouldn't you come over here?
I guess just to further like highlight the fact that nobody over there cares.
No. Or
at least the adults don't.
Well, I care.
Exactly.
And I care a lot. Like, I'm not doing that. No. And
also, like, same in terms of sexuality and all of that stuff, for the record. It's just like, if this were a straight couple and there were no kids involved or whatever, like, I wouldn't be trying to go and meet like your mama,
no,
or somebody else after. Like, that's too serious.
I don't need to meet none of your people a month into this. Like, we're still getting to know each other.
But your children, bro?
Hell no. No. So if you're truly uncomfortable, again, I feel like this we say this a lot, but say something. Be like, I'm not. I don't know why you think I would want to go hang out where children are. So,
I really don't think that there's
or
anything
set the
wrong
expectations for what. Like maybe y'all should have a conversation about what you're looking for out of this relationship.
You definitely should have that regardless.
Because I really don't understand why he wants you to come over.
I don't either. That part is strange to me. But like I said, it feels to me, the only way I can make sense of it is that he wants to be like, look how, free and, chill we are over here. We're just.
And that's nice, but we've only been together for a month. You're not doing that. I mean, not even together. We only been fucking for a month.
Thank you. Baby, that's what I'm saying. No. Like, what exactly is this? Right. But then on top of that, I don't think that there is anything wrong. There shouldn't be anything that is difficult in understanding that after a month, I think that's too soon to meet your children. Right. I don't see how that should be confusing or offensive.
He should fully get that. That should not be a problem at all. So, good luck with the conversation. Please let us know how that goes. Our last one comes from Anissa, who says, I'm 28 and I'm getting ready to break up with my boyfriend of 7 years. I've begun the process of looking for a 1-bedroom apartment, and I'm really excited because I have never lived on my own, and I'm ready to experience the peace that comes from being in your own space. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. My best friend of over a decade currently lives with her father. From what she tells me, it can be a very tense living situation sometimes because the two of them don't really mesh. About a year ago, she asked me if I would be interested in looking for a 2-bedroom apartment to share with her, and I declined because at the time I was still committed to my relationship. Now that I'm leaving that nigga, I'm wondering if I should let my best friend know of my plans. I really want to live by myself for the reasons I mentioned, but I don't want to hurt my friend's feelings by not suggesting that we move in together. Do I let her know of my intentions, and if she has questions, let her know that it's not personal? Do I not say anything at all and just pop up with a brand new apartment all by myself? Or do I put my wishes to the side and suggest we look for a place together to help my friend get out of her shitty living situation? Thanks, Anissa.
Y'all really be having low-key complicated problems.
Yeah, these were a little more complex than what we usually get in the inbox.
I mean, I wouldn't just go get the apartment and not say nothing personally. Mm-hmm. I think that I would say something to my friend. Now, having lived with others and desperately wanting my own place, like, I know what that feels like. I respect that. Same. And I would personally say to my friend, like, I was thinking about getting a place, like a 1-bedroom, just because, like, I really want to live by myself for XYZ reason. And then, like, check in with how she's been feeling, if that was something that she still wanted. Mm-hmm. Would she be okay if I looked into something? Because, like, ultimately, if you know, like, in your heart of hearts, your gut is telling you, go for a 1-bedroom, that's what's going to bring you peace, that's what's going to make you happy. I think you have to, like, stand firm on that when you have this conversation with her. Mm. But if you're like, I think I'd prefer to live alone, but I'm cool with living with my bestie, like, if that's gonna, be what's best for her, then I think that it's important to present it that way. Like, if you know you want to live by yourself, I think you should keep it that way. Yeah. But if you're open to it, I would say, like, I was thinking about living by myself for X, Y, and Z reason, because whatever, but, like, how are things going? Because, maybe we could look for something together if that's something you're still interested in, because maybe she'll say, you know what, I respect how you feel, and I've been thinking about going and looking for something. You never know. Right. But I just wouldn't. I would feel bad if I went and just out and looked somewhere and was like, surprise, bitch, housewarming coming up. Right. And, like, I know that we talked about something.
Right. And even if we didn't talk about it, like, you're supposed to be my best friend and I didn't tell you I was moving.
Yeah. That don't make sense too. That's like, that doesn't make sense either. Right. But yeah, I would say something. And at the same time, your respect for her feelings can't be like a one-way thing. Yeah. So just because she is dealing with something that really sucks and, needs your help, and maybe you can help her, doesn't mean that she's just not give a fuck about how you feel at all either. So I think that I would let her know. So then the ball is in her court, and then y'all can go from there. Because she might surprise you, or she might just really need you, and then you can decide. But not saying something would be fucked up.
Right. I definitely don't think you should just put your own desires to the side and be like, well, let me do what's best for her. Because you should really do what's best for you. So that's first and foremost. Also, I think I am like a very practical person. And since you've never lived alone, if I were you, I would run them numbers 5-6 times. And make sure that you have more than enough to take care of rent, all your utilities, cell phone, any insurance, whether that's renters or car insurance, a car note, every type of bill. If you have a pet, any expenses that can come with them, health insurance, if that's something you have to pay for out of pocket, like run them numbers because it is expensive to live alone. People don't do it for a reason. And so, if you are kind of like, oh, I don't really know if I can afford it, and I don't really know if I want to live with a friend, then like putting together a spreadsheet or like writing out a list of pros and cons, taking a look at your bank statements and like being realistic about what you spend and putting yourself on like a preliminary budget to afford these things. Like, I feel like that is some really useful preparation you can do, like just to make sure that you can actually do this. Because what you don't want to do is sign a lease that you cannot actually afford and end up evicted in 6 months or whatever, and possibly in a worse situation. So I would say do that first, because you might run the numbers and be like, oh, bitch, but if I split this with my nigga, then I would still have money to go to the club and go to hookah and shop at Fashion Nova or go to Taco Bell or whatever else. Like, I would, see if the realities of the situation don't influence the way you feel about it, because you save a significant amount of money by having a roommate or multiple roommates. That is why people do it. So, but if you can solidly afford it and you know for a fact that you want to live alone, then just be real with her about it. Y'all supposed to be best friends. So just be like, girl, I've never lived alone. I'm 28 years old. I'm feeling like I need this space and this time to myself. So I'm looking for a 1-bedroom, and it might hurt your friend's feelings, but you're not obligated to not hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
You're not.
Not to mention, like,
it sucks. Like, it doesn't feel good to do that, but that's not your responsibility.
Like, if you do move in with her knowing damn well that you don't want to, and then you end up resenting her.
It will show.
And then next thing you know, you're living with someone that you don't even want to be friends with no more.
Right. And then your friendship has gone to hell over a situation that could have been avoided if everybody was just honest and willing to communicate from the very beginning. So regardless of how you feel, just be clear about it and give her the space to maybe have some hurt feelings, but also don't tolerate no disrespect or nothing crazy. And y'all should be fine. So I think that's it. Good luck, Anissa, with that whole conversation. If you have a question for us, please send it, asktheread@gmail.com. I was thinking up some topics for next week's letters. And you know what I thought might be fun? A little game. So you all should send us questions that answer the prompt, would you rather? So any would you rather questions that you can think of for me and Kid Fury, please send them. I'm going to select a big handful of those for next week.
Oh my goodness.
So
that is going to be a mess.
So send your would you rathers to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take another quick break and then be right back. Hey y'all, this week's episode of The Read is also brought to you by HelloFresh. Fall is busy, but HelloFresh recipes save time that you'd otherwise spend meal planning, shopping, and chopping so you can get back to what matters. HelloFresh's family-friendly menu is a big win for back-to-school season with easy, delicious recipes for drama-free dinners. I know you parents are busy getting up in the morning, getting your kids ready for the day, getting yourself ready for school. You don't have a lot of time to be doing all the extras. That's where HelloFresh comes in. There's something for everyone to enjoy with recipes designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. This fall, you can count on seasonal recipes like pumpkin cinnamon rolls and Friendsgiving ready sides, my favorite, my specialty, as well as fresh, high-quality ingredients that travel from the farm to your front door in less than a week. HelloFresh offers the flexibility you need. You can easily change your delivery day, food preferences, plan size, or even skip a week whenever you need to. I love HelloFresh, again, because they take all of the trouble out of sourcing recipes and buying ingredients. And I'm only cooking for myself, so how many days can I possibly eat this? Like, they just make it so much easier and faster for you to actually take care of yourself by cooking at home, saving money as opposed to eating out. So if you're ready to get started, go to HelloFresh.com/TheRead14 and use code TheRead14 for up to 14 free meals, including free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/TheRead14 and code TheRead14 for up to 14 free meals, including free shipping. Try it out. We love HelloFresh. Now let's wrap up the show.
Okay, folks, we're back. It is time to wrap things up now with The Read.
Oh, man, I just wonder who you're going to talk about this week.
I mean, so for the record, I have a separate read, but
is it that
Hot
TV
Topics
show?
was running long, and I knew that we were going to talk about this anyway, and it feels like it fits in either place.
Right.
So let's just talk about, there's a lot going on over at Nicki's.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening over at the Nicki Minaj
over at Papa Bear's
household.
house. There is a lot
over
going
at the
on.
Papa Bear compound.
Correct.
Oh, what a cute baby. So
Bless his heart.
Nicki was, going back and forth with the Barbs, who were just, y'all drag her into a lot of these. Like y'all open the doors wide open for her and invite her into mess.
Y'all do it.
And then be acting like you don't.
Yep.
So they're pestering this lady about why she ain't been out the house in 2 years, as if there hasn't been a fucking global pandemic going on and she's not a new mom.
Right.
So
stupid question.
Dumb question. So she basically says, not only is COVID a thing, but that she has had COVID or had COVID recently. I think she said from a shoot or something that she
pretty
did
recently, right?
And that affected her time with the baby, of course, and that sucked and that whole thing. And so this was all happening on Twitter the same day as the Met Gala, which was yesterday?
Yeah, it was Monday.
It Monday or Sunday?
It was Monday.
Okay.
Right after the VMAs. The next day, yeah.
So, she says that she's not going to the Met Gala because the Met Gala, wisely, has been requiring people be vaccinated and have masks if they're going to be attending, to which Onika admitted that she is not vaccinated and will not be getting vaccinated for the Met Gala. So this led to literal hours of Barb drama, Queen Radio worldwide, Nicki's an anti-vaxxer, and then Joy Reid, and like all of this. Oh, my goodness. So
happened.
What she said was, first of all, somebody, she started mad. Because I wanted to say that Nicki's last public appearance was over a year ago. And she go say, I have an infant with no nannies during COVID. Who mad? Not risking his health to be seen. One yourself.
Okay.
Which was like, all right.
Alrighty.
Then she's like, I was about to give y'all way more than scraps. But you know what? I'll talk to y'all next year. I'm going to leave the stew and go in the backyard and get in the pool with bear emoji. That's the baby.
Right.
I can't get this time back with my pick-me. Do you even know what that means?
I do. And I laughed at that. I get that, like, it's not like a word I would say because I just feel like somebody's going to take offense, but I did laugh at that. Yeah.
Anyway, she said that if she was going to get vaccinated, it wouldn't be for the Met Gala. she said, I was prepping for VMAs, then I shot a video, and guess who got COVID? Do you know what it is not to be able to kiss or hold your tiny baby for over a week? Baby is only used to his mama. And then she put in quotes, get vaccinated. She says, Drake has told me he got COVID with the vaccine, though. So, child. To which someone said, Nicki, the vaccine doesn't prevent getting COVID. It prevents you getting serious symptoms. Non-vaccinated people are 11 times more likely to pass away from COVID than vaccinated. She said, babe, that's not true. I had the exact same symptoms as people with the damn vaccine. She said, they want you to get vaccinated for the Met. If I get vaccinated, it won't be for the Met. It'll be once I feel I've done enough research. I'm working on that now. In the meantime, my loves, be safe. Wear the mask with 2 strings that grips your head and face, not that loose one. And then
is that what you did?
So then she just was like, she spent a good amount of time retweeting a whole bunch of people who were reacting to this to varying degrees.
Yep.
And then we reach the one, the tweet.
Oh yeah, it's great.
My cousin in Trinidad, and I want you to know, like, up to this point, I was unmoved. I was really surprised. Like, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, none of this shocks me.
I mean, it's terrible.
Like,
She's blatantly wrong about the vaccine thing. Like, vaccinated people are far more likely to survive COVID than unvaccinated. Like, she was wrong about that, but not moved. You're right. Not moved until this one.
She said, my cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. Her cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it.
Go on and pray on that chlamydia.
So just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. Someone said I had to get the vaccine because they wouldn't let me look for a job or get a job to earn some money. And now I'm unsure about getting the second vaccine. I know, babe, Nicki responds. A lot of countries won't let people work without the vaccine. I recommend they get the vaccine. They have to feed their families. I'm sure I'll be vaccinated as well because I have to go on tour, etc. She spent a whole bunch of time talking about the album. Where did it get more scathing from there? A lot of this is just support.
The Meghan McCain shit.
Oh, I will get to that because
Okay.
Joy was first.
Oh yeah, Joy was first.
But it was like a whole lot of people who were leaving all kinds of responses. And then on Joy Reid's show, she said something to the effect of, for you to use your platform to encourage our community, like specifying like Black young
colors.
people, even though most of her fans are like
probably not
ambiguous 12-year-olds that are not anywhere near Black, but whatever.
Interesting.
Why are you using your platform to encourage our community to not protect themselves and save their lives? And then she did the whole, like, I'm a fan of you, I was disappointed type thing, even though I'm sure the only Nicki Minaj song she knows is Anaconda and Just the Hook, which isn't Nicki Minaj. So, like, isn't the hook still the sample? I don't know.
Don't ask me, child.
Nicki said, this is what happens when you're so thirsty to down another Black woman by the request of the white man that you didn't bother to read all my tweets.
Oh, girl.
My god sister, do better. Imagine getting your dumb ass on TV a minute after a tweet to spread a false narrative about a Black woman. She called her Uncle Tamiana. She called her a coon.
All right,
she
Thelma Evans.
Screenshot a whole bunch of headlines from several different websites, publications, news outlets that said, Nicki's an anti-vaxxer. She says she doesn't want to get the vaccine because of the Met Gala, all this other shit. And so, yeah, it just kind of from there kept going on and on and on. And it was just like no let up in sight. I love, though, this tweet. I love this tweet. She goes, 3 lies in a row from huge news platforms. I cited my young child as why I didn't want to travel. But notice how none of them mentioned that. Ask yourself why that was. And the 3 headlines, are like, They're like, USA Today says Nicki Minaj says she refused to get vaccinated for the Met Gala. Fans respond with research, which she did. Like,
she did say that. She said she's not.
She literally said, if I
for the
get
Met Gala,
vaccinated, it will not be for them.
Yep. She said that. She did.
Yahoo News says Nicki Minaj says she's skipping the Met Gala over its vaccine requirement. Again, sort of.
I mean, technically true. You said you wouldn't. You said you weren't going, and you cited the vaccine requirement, and that you would not be getting vaccinated for it. So this is not a stretch at all.
This is why it's funny to me because like, the Daily Beast one says Nicki Minaj won't get vaxxed. Says she's worried about swollen testicles.
See, and that's why you need to know the difference between.
Like, that one's not true because she didn't say that she wouldn't get vaxxed. In fact, she does that in one of the tweets like I read say that she will likely get vaxxed at some point to go on tour. But it was the way that this one was worded that took me out, and the fact that it was the last one.
Right.
So that was also entertaining for me.
This is why you need to be able to identify a good source.
Yeah.
This is why journalism is important. This is why it's important to be able to tell the difference between a tabloid or a blog and a news organization.
Yes.
This is why.
Yes.
Because the Daily Beast.
Because of course the Daily Beast posted that.
Right. But it's called the Daily Beast, girl. It's not called the Washington Post. Please.
Meghan McCain retweeted the nutsack tweet from Nicki. And she was like... This one was also, man, this was a great series of tweets. Like, I'm sorry.
Incredible.
So dumb, but man, was I heavily entertained. Meghan McCain says that's entirely enough internet for today. And Nicki responded. Nicki said, eat shit, you. I said, what in the fucking house Stark Game of Thrones at?
Period.
Margaret Thatcher ass.
Meghan McCain never has any space to speak.
Eat shit, you.
Never.
Like Cruz said. And then she literally tweeted a laughing emoji after that. So I imagine that she wanted that to sound funny, but
yeah,
I had
hilarious.
Eat shit, you.
Eat shit, you. Eat shit. You little piece of shit. Eat shit.
I don't want to encourage her.
And this
that shit was so stupid.
Meghan deserves. It is, of
course, fuck Meghan McCain.
Stay out of black people's business, Meghan McCain. But this shit was on Fox News.
Of course it was.
Summer Walker got on Instagram talking about how Nicki was right, which is how you know you're wrong. It was just... It really turned into a lot. These tweets turned.
You ratioed her ass.
You don't have to.
I'm talking about. You cleared her.
I'm so tired of the word ratio. She needed to know. She needed to know. The rest of that shit, I did not really care. But that was funny because you sound like them aunties passing them same dusty screenshots around Facebook.
Yes,
talking about how somebody got the shot and now all of a sudden they shooting blanks and y'all need to be careful and do your research, even though your research only takes place on other social media platforms. So I just felt like Nicki should know that this is blatantly a lie. And if this nigga just so happened to suddenly have issues with his penis and swollen testicles and all that, it is more likely something that was sexually transmitted and not likely to be the vaccine. And that is just a fact.
She said, it's the fact that she said the girl called the wedding off. Like, likely because this
all these details. You know, sister, you don't know your cousin is lying. You don't know your cousin's friend is lying. You don't know that somewhere along the way. Hold up. The virus has been out in America at least. We have been aware of this for like a year and a half at least. What research have you not done to where you don't know that this is not a side effect of the vaccine? That lets me know you have not done any research at all. You have not done one Google search about the vaccine. Not one.
I just don't know what... Yeah, I guess I would also like to know, besides Twitter polls, what the research is looking like. Because, like, yes... the FDA and all of, the scientific research says it doesn't have anything to do with infertility in men or women or whatever. But the issue is that these people don't trust that, which I understand to an extent. But my thing is then, like, where are you getting your research? You're not doing like an actual scientific study.
You're not conducting research. Y'all are not conducting
like you're
research. You're not in a lab. None of that. You're not doing none of that.
It's like, what are you doing then to get another opinion besides talk to your cousin?
You're not even talking to your doctor. You're not talking to anybody who is trained in being able to answer these questions. You're asking YouTube and doing Twitter polls about which vaccine you should get. Bitch, call your fucking physician. Are you joking? Call your doctor.
Like it's gonna be between people who work with medicine for a living and people who have claimed to have different kinds of experiences with whatever types of medicine. So you're either gonna, choose whatever you choose to believe. And like I said, at this point, okay, girl. Right. Like, I don't know what else to do or say. Right. I don't. But it's just like, for me, the only thing here was, I'm not going to, just because Nicki didn't expressly say don't get the vaccine, doesn't mean I'm going to overlook the shenanigans. No. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to say that. If you spend hours saying, well, I'm not getting the vaccine because niggas I know got the vaccine, got just as sick. I mean, just as sick as you would if you did it.
Lies.
And my cousin told me that his homeboy got, ball sack elephantitis.
Yep.
And so, and now he can't have babies. And also, like, if you spread all of this fear and stuff around it, it's nearly just as bad as being like, don't go and get it.
Especially
so like, yes, some of these
million followers.
Right. Like, so some of these headlines they're not literally true if they say like Nicki Minaj says she won't get vaccinated, because she didn't say that, right? But she did say, I likely will get vaccinated because I have to go on tour. Yes. Like, even that was like, obviously people need to get vaccinated that have no other choice. You know what I mean? So even that, there's like a little tinge of whatever. And it's like, you make whatever decision you want to make, but I can't sit up here and act like you sit up here telling stories about your cousin's friends' balls and how the vaccine ruined it means nothing, because that's not the case.
Right. But you did say that you would not get vaccinated for the Met Gala, and then you got mad at news organizations for saying that and not including everything else in the headline, when the purpose of a headline is to attract attention. And yes, these news outlets need to do better about clickbait. Absolutely. But USA Today and Yahoo News, even, I'm going to give it to Yahoo News. This is not inappropriate. It's the Daily Beast.
Yeah, they weren't wrong.
Who did the most and putting swollen testicles in there because, again, clickbait. But you said, like, sweetie, you said, and you did not delete it. And it's really wild that you were like, I'm so glad I didn't delete my tweets, as if they exonerated you when they did not. But like, you literally said, if I get vaccinated, it won't be for the Met. You said that.
Yeah.
So I'm just so Nicki.
And it's really, like, this started again unsurprising and just went off the rails. It could have been a simple, I'm not going.
Right. I mean, or nothing. You could have just let people realize it when you didn't show up on the carpet and locked off entirely. Like, nothing had to be said at all. But I think that her pulling out of the VMAs kind of last minute, the way she did, had the barbs on the edge. They're kind of starting to lose it a little. They're not getting any outfits from their queen. They're not getting any music other than that remix she did with Bodega Girl. And so
Bodega Girl?
That I put on my jewelry just to go to the bodega. That girl. Whatever her name is. She did a remix. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's what it is. So, she did a remix on that song. But other than that, the barbs are starving. And so they're getting kind of
That's what I said. That's what, if y'all could have just sat the fuck down.
The problem with this,
at least she started posting stuff again.
Is that
like pictures.
It was just so wrong. It's just wrong. So many of the things she said are like, wrong or misleading or tweeted as if they are more likely to be true than they are not. And you cannot be surprised when you are a global pop star, rapper, artist, celebrity, and people dissect the things that you put out to the public. You just can't be shocked by that. Especially
you've been famous too long.
When, like, I mean, and every day, girl, the US is averaging like 1,800 deaths a day from COVID right now. Insane. Now, with the vaccine available. And doctors and nurses and hospital staff are fucking tired. And it's unbelievable because vaccines are going to waste while y'all are out here acting like doing your research on Facebook means something and still going to the fucking club and Lollapalooza and every goddamn thing else and acting like ain't nothing going on. Like, of course, people are going to say something because niggas are dying. People are being hospitalized, parents being separated from their children forever, and it does not have to be this way. Of course, people are upset with you for saying, oh, well, my cousin's friend got the shot and now his balls don't feel right. So just make sure you don't get bullied into nothing. Bitch, what? When that nigga was clearly out here fucking whoever and came back with something, like, obviously, and if you had stopped to think about it for 2 seconds, you would have certainly come to that conclusion because you know niggas and you know niggas lie.
Not to mention, she got up today and kept it going. In the first tweet,
don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I want to check the timestamp on this.
Please tell me.
Because Mama literally went to bed 11:46 a.m. Matter of fact, hold on, let me check that. Okay, this tweet, the laughing emoji. I love that she said "eat shit you" to Meghan McCain, laughed and then went to bed.
Exactly.
This bitch is the worst. Okay, so then she 11:56, like almost 12 hours later, she gets up. OMFG, my cousin, my hashtag cousin,
girl,
who has the hashtag the friend, just texted me telling me to call him. Bites nails. You idiots! If he saw this on the news, it's all your fault.
We're
of course
idiots?
He did.
We're idiots. It's all our fault.
If he saw this on the news, it's all your fault. It was supposed to be a secret.
No, okay, so she's being cute. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If either of them ask, you ain't heard it from me, okay? Stares at text. So this, like, did
right.
It did one of the tried and true celebrity tactics where, like, you start irked and then you react to your irkedom and it goes a little too far.
Yep.
And then you corral it in with, like, I'm having a good time.
Yep.
I'm laughing.
Yep.
This is all jokes.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all the ones a fool for taking it seriously.
I can't believe this.
And then everyone moves on
guys.
to. Yeah.
Girl.
I blame the Barbs and I blame Nicki Minaj for thinking that she was going to tell us that, you know, her Twitter poll was the research.
Talking about Pfizer, Moderna, J&J. Which girl is right for me? Call your fucking doctor.
How are the Barbs supposed to tell you that?
Why are you asking the Barbs? The Barbs who every 6 months you be begging to stay in school. You asking the Barbs about which vaccine? Call
and can I just
a
say,
physician.
Can I just say, if you don't...
The way you do your microphone cord like it's a ponytail.
It really, like, it sets me up into where I'm going.
Okay, all right.
If you don't have any of the girls coursing through your veins, more power, whatever, I find it irksome when people respond to, like, the Nicki Minaj's and stuff and say, well, they think for themselves.
Girl.
It's not their fault. They think for themselves. As if the people who have gotten vaccinations didn't think about it first. like we weren't thinking about our own health and lives and safety. Bitch, what? Like, several people that are vaccinated, whether they were like, yeah, shoot, whatever, girl, go for it, or also themselves were scared, reluctant, hesitant. Many people, like myself, read about the different vaccines, about the corporations that created these vaccines, read what the FDA talked about. Like, a lot of us read before we picked a vaccine, before we decided to go get one or whatever, and then we did. You know, so just like you claim to be thinking for yourself, motherfuckers who went and got them shots think for themselves too.
Right.
So it's like, again, first of all, like, none of this needed to happen. Y'all could have let that lady stay the fuck home with her baby. She been posting clips of the baby and stuff of that, and how cute he is, so that y'all will, you know, hopefully talk about that and not all of the madness going on in the house otherwise. And she, you know, she posted pictures with Rihanna. She,
oh God, you know, and the Navy is sick right now. You can't say nothing to them niggas. They are devastated.
Why? Oh, because let's not.
Right.
And so I don't.
Of red
anyways.
lipstick. I'm sorry. What was you saying?
She had that R&B casting call for Grand Piano 2, where she asked, when she had Brandy and Tamar and Kiki Wyatt.
I hate you.
She was doing nothing for a good portion of time besides just being a mom, which I completely respect. Yep. And now she's been giving you little crumbs and stuff. And here you motherfuckers go talking about, leave the house. Why aren't you going to the Met?
No thanks.
You crushed him in the name of the barb. Like, and then she comes on and you, rather than just being like, suck my dick, I don't have to tell y'all motherfuckers nothing. I'm a mom. Did you not hear about COVID?
Right.
You decided to come on here and tell us about your cousin's friend's balls. What's going on?
Not a damn thing.
And it's like when the celebrities and high profile girls who are like not with the vaccine, when they talk about it, it always goes off the rails. Yep. It's never just like, I'm not sure yet, I'm still reading. It's always like, I'm not sure because my cousin's aunt has a friend who has an ex-employer who, when they got vaccinated, their eyes fell out.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
My uncle's best friend got vaccinated and got in a car accident on the way home. So I'm not getting vaccinated. That's what y'all sound like. But like, just because two things happened right next to each other or in a similar amount of time or not too far apart doesn't mean that they had anything to do with each other. This is truly like the absolute basics of science things. Like, you should have learned this in middle school, but the latest. Like, this is not complicated at all. And yet niggas use this as justification. And I'm done arguing about it because it's entirely too frustrating for me. And I also understand psychologically that calling people a bunch of fucking dumbasses does not help to actually get people vaccinated. It doesn't help with the numbers. It just helps you to feel better because you get to let out all that frustration, which is valid, but it doesn't help the problem. So I try to not to contribute to making the problem worse, but y'all are out here sneaking horse paste away from like the fucking barns and shit. Y'all are taking ivermectin, and not human ivermectin, which is only available via prescription, but y'all are taking this shit for your fucking wildlife, your fucking livestock, to get rid of parasites and shitting yourselves and, ironically enough, becoming impotent instead of just taking the fucking vaccine. Like, it's really... It's truly incredible.
Wild.
It's truly incredible. Like,
that is wild.
I mean, and if you were doing your research, why didn't you look up men who struggle with limp dick syndrome after having COVID and how getting vaccinated can help you avoid that entirely? Like, I understand when niggas say they're doing their research, they normally mean I'm looking shit up. I know that y'all do not mean I'm conducting my research and I will be publishing a study that will be peer reviewed. I know y'all are not saying that. But like, you're not even looking at sources that are credible and know what they're talking about.
That's what I mean. Exactly.
You're just looking at some bitch with incense in YouTube the background comments. and beads talking about, well, my cousin's homegirl, baby daddy said he got the vaccine and then he went to work and then he had a headache and then he went home and went to sleep. So I'm not going to get the vaccine because I don't have a job. What? That's what y'all sound like. And that's what Nicki sounded like, talking about her cousin's friend's balls. Bitch, this is preposterous. So, you know, I'm not shocked that she came back online earlier.
How much do you want to believe?
I was like, oh my God, you guys.
That her cousin... I really feel like there's a strong chance that she was contacted by her cousin and told that he really just had an STD.
I think so too. I think
and she's gonna be like, that rotten Crystal bitch.
She absolutely got this in a WhatsApp group chat. The problem is that she just read it.
Of course.
The problem is that she read it and believed it instead of thinking critically about it or looking it up.
And shared it with us. And shared it with us.
Repeated
and
it
told us.
to all these people. Like, that is the problem. That was my issue with Nicki in the first place. Like, girl, you're really telling us this story as if the far more probable scenario is that he picked up an itchy and scratchy show out here doing something he didn't have no business doing. And that's why old girl called off the wedding. That's far more likely, sister. And you said you need to do more research, but I can tell you haven't done any. Because if you had done any, you would have known that. So I'm just puzzled.
I mean, most of us have the Googles.
You know, I would be puzzled, actually.
And if you... most of us, we have the Googles. Mm-mm. If you have, parents like mine, you may have an old set of
encyclopedias, which encyclopedias need to be updated. So them encyclopedias from 91, don't cite those no more. You better off going on Wikipedia.
Absolutely.
Do not cite them hoes where niggas used to have to carry around a set in a suitcase and then you order it and they come to your house in 4 to 6 weeks. If your people are that old, don't look at them encyclopedias no more because half of that is outdated. But
unless you just want to show children what an encyclopedia was.
Right. This is a relic. Take them to a library. Yeah. They'll be stunned at what
like
you
the
can
Yellow
do
Pages
in a library. But Nicki had on them great contacts in that picture with Rihanna and her man and Aesop and the baby. So I knew she was back to making bad decisions. I knew that then because she was back in them crazy eyes.
I feel like she never left.
And I'm pretty sure she is trying to deflect from all the shit that her man is in.
A lot of people think that.
I do, and I would not be shocked. I really wouldn't. I would not be surprised if it's like, because the nigga just pled guilty, he's going to be sentenced in January because he didn't register as a sex offender or whatever. And there's all these allegations now about her getting involved and trying to bribe this girl and the people and making threats and all this shit. We talked about this on the show. So all of this is coming to a head. And so I feel like, COVID.
I don't know if I feel like she's deflecting, but it feels like that must be adding to. I feel like it's a factor
here.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why you're so antsy or pressed, why you spent this amount of time on the internet or even talked about this at all. Because for a while, Nicki Minaj was logged off and not bothering us, and those were great days. and I just, or posting little pictures of Papa Bear, his $3,000 onesie or whatever, and everybody going crazy.
Did you see that clip of her where she had on an orange wig or something and he was in the background
hollering? Yes. She was like, Papa? And he back there
she was just like, get him, please. I was like, is he building his own studio?
I tell you what he's in there doing. He's in that high chair and he wants to get the fuck down.
That's probably.
I have heard that before.
Yeah.
And that little nigga said, somebody will come free me from this contraption.
Get me.
And you'll do it now. Winch.
You're so right. That's exactly what that was.
So, and all that is cute. Despite the baby's daddy, we truly adore looking at the baby, but I would not be surprised if all this drama with this rapist husband of hers doesn't have something to do with the fact that this happened at all.
There's no way it's not adding to her nerves.
Right.
And,
the Barbs are sick. This is all they talk about, how bad and honestly, all the top girls, their fans want them to leave. And none of you will get your wish. So you might as well accept it, sweetie. It's a bitter, jagged pill to swallow, but you might as well choke it down because none of them are leaving until, the high water comes. So y'all are just going to have to be mad about it. But yeah, I would be stunned if there wasn't some relation between those two. So, Nicki.
Well.
Throw them contacts away.
She's never going to do
I
that.
hate
She's wearing them great contacts
No,
like her
throw
whole
them
career.
away. They have filters for that. You don't even have to put them in your eyes no more. You can just shoot a video, and then if you just really have to have them, but please stop with them eyes.
Have you seen that TikTok of the girl? Oh, someone's going to tag me this in like our mentions.
Yep.
And I have no problem with that. The TikTok of the girl was like, this is what y'all look like in color contacts. And she just looked over to like the edge of her bed. And it was just like Pennywise, somebody with like those blue contacts at the edge of her bed. She looked shit.
With that black girl with the blue contacts. I love that video. Oh my God, it's so good. She's like jumping back and then this bitch just staring like a fucking White Walker. like she part of the Night King's army. Yeah, I have seen that, and it's great. So, yeah,
I wanted to read Akon, but I'll probably just save it till next week.
Oh, are you sure?
I mean,
I don't even know what Akon did. So if you want to save it, that's fine. It's up to you.
All right, so Akon. I'm just gonna make it quick.
Okay.
Akon was stopped by TMZ recently, and they were talking to him about Michael K. Williams passing. And Akon says that, you know, they were friends, very good friends, and did the thing that many people who knew Michael said, that he was funny, hard worker, awesome person, great spirit, all of that. And then they started to go into discussions about, well, Akon specifically started bringing up like drug use and people coping by using drugs, how a lot of people in Hollywood don't speak to each other about their problems, and so no one knows. And the guy from TMZ said something to the effect of like, yeah, like even rich people, you know, like they have problems. And Akon responded by saying the famous and the rich go through more issues than the poor. You know, when they say more money, more problems,
what?
That's a real thing. Yep.
Oh my God.
That's what he said. So to that, I just wanted to quickly say,
there could be nothing more false.
Akon, you could have just got in your car.
Yeah.
You could have just got into, I'm assuming that the car that you were standing in front of when they filmed you was yours. I don't know if valet brought it out to you, if you were parked on around, but you could have just got in your car. Yeah. You could have just left. And I would have preferred that you do that. How incorrect. How incorrect. Right. The thing for me that was like wild is that while he's talking, you can see the wheels turning in his head. Like he's figuring out what to say.
That's the worst time to speak.
And it's like, unfortunately, a lot of y'all feel like in moments like this, you need to say something deep or something profound, when in fact, you don't need to say anything besides, you know, like well wishes, rest in peace, prayers, and love to the family.
Yep.
Now, of course, if you are going to speak on something like this, you would want to say something with depth, something that matters, but you don't have to say anything. You weren't required to say anything. This wasn't the United Nations asking you about Michael Akon. It was fucking TMZ. It wasn't even like a respected journalist or something. It was a random, faceless TMZ cameraman. You didn't have to preach. You wanted to feel good about yourself. Yes. You wanted to say something so that you could feel like somebody would be like, damn, Akon preaching. But in fact, you could have gassed up your motherfucking vehicle and hit the streets. You didn't have to say nothing to nobody about shit. Nobody required a statement about anything from Akon. But damn sure not a statement about the woes of the fucking elite.
Nope.
So listen, yes, most rich and wealthy people have many problems, largely in part to the fact that most of them have a number of people that work underneath them. And, you know, the saying is more money, more problems. I could also say more people, more problems, because more people who report to you, work underneath you, or even alongside to you means there's more issues, more money being spent, more money to spend, meaning just more things to go wrong.
True.
Right. However, Rich people issues, like Akon issues, I would imagine, are things like paying off mistresses, providing child support for 6 kids between 3 women,
or cash up
going back and
money.
forth on whether or not you believe in blood diamonds because you own a diamond mine.
Please.
I imagine that like those are your issues, right? Which I won't, diminish. I don't know those issues. But I will say that for the poor, their issues are things like, I don't know, starvation.
Yep.
Lacking a home, a place to rest. Yep. Sending their children to school in the same clothes and shoes that they've had the last school year because they couldn't afford to buy them new shoes. And, no fancy rappers come and done a shoe drive in town. Where could we go? Unemployment.
Water. There are so many things.
Nowhere to bathe, wash your hands, no water to drink.
Safe neighborhoods for their children, nutritious food.
Access to health care.
Like, not to mention mental health care. Like, people have real problems.
Yeah, like life or death problems and like immediate
immediate
issues.
Needs. Yep.
So I don't really know that I would compare. Also, I think you might forget that while wealthy people, rich and famous people have issues and, they've got mental anguish that many can't understand. But a lot of you also have resources.
Yep.
Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy distractions till the happy gets here.
It can.
Okay. So you can maybe still, gas up the PJ, fly to the south of France.
Or even just a first
go
class
jet
ticket.
skiing. Right.
You can just go somewhere. Like,
you have so many options to deal with the effects of your issues. Poor people just They
just, right. And there's no
full stop.
Oh, I'm just going to book a ticket and go to the south of France for 2 weeks and forget about my troubles. But there is none of that. That is not a thing. Niggas are looking for gas money. People really needed them government stimulus checks, them 3 or 4 checks that came out over the past year or so. People really, really needed that money. People are facing eviction now because their landlords would rather evict them and raise the rent than take the money that the government is offering to send to pay the back rent in the first place. Like, people have real fucking problems. And you talking about, I'm just saying, rich people got more problems than poor people.
While talking about the death of somebody else that...
Girl.
You could have just got in your car.
Even if that was true, poor people have worse problems than rich people. They have problems deeply impact their regular day-to-day health and happiness. Shut the fuck up about what? They didn't have your favorite brand of fucking escargot at the farmer's market or whatever the fuck. What could possibly be these problems that you think are so terrible that you would compare them to somebody who is struggling with childcare or having a job at all, feeding their fucking family? How can this be?
I know that there is a level of like depression in Hollywood and depression in Hollywood and loneliness that is very unique and a lot of people don't understand.
Absolutely.
And many, people in Hollywood do cope in unhealthy ways as a result of that. But that has nothing to do with poor people. It has nothing to do with rich people. So the comment in itself doesn't make any sense. And then on top of that, your suggestion to people, literally your suggestion to people using drugs to cope was just let it go.
Yeah.
There are other ways to cope with it. What a trailblazing piece of advice, Akon.
Oh my God. You just cured mental health issues. There is not
I know that he's known for saying dumb shit, but my God, nigga, nobody invited you. And this is exactly why when high profile people die, if I do have anything to say, I say my rest in power and then I log the fuck off, because it's always times like that people are like, let me find the nearest box of soap to stand on and say some shit that don't nobody need to hear and ain't nobody ask about, so that you can feel special about yourself. Get in your car and go. Nobody needed this information from you. And also, can we please, as a family, stop saying but yet? Pick one. Pick one. No. You don't need to say them back to back. They mean the same thing.
The reverend doctors of this world will never stop saying but yet.
I'm done.
I will just say that there is not a single problem that rich people have that poor people do not also have, except maybe the issue of like fame and having your life being dissected by millions of strangers. That is possibly the only problem that celebrities have that regular, everyday ass people working regular jobs don't have. That is it. You think regular poor people don't have mental health issues? You think they don't cope with drugs and alcohol and all other kinds of maladaptive mechanisms? Girl, of course they do. Be serious, bitch.
There's plenty of poor people that are still looked at by huge families to care for them and provide them with food and shelter and stuff like that. Like people that
you just have the money for top shelf liquor. That's the only difference.
When you said that there isn't a problem that poor people have, I thought of when Dorothy said. My God. To Rose, what is it, Rose? Fear of gold bullion?
You and the fucking Golden Girl.
I watch it every night.
I know you do, and I'm so happy for you. But yes, please shut the hell up.
Please stop speaking to us. Exactly. Don't talk to us about nothing.
Thank you.
At all. And that goes for everybody. Amen. COVID, death,
leave
coping,
it alone.
Whatever it is.
Shut up.
Just don't speak to us.
Get in your car and drive away. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is going to wrap up this week's episode of The Read. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, the ACLU. At Liberty, the weekly podcast from the ACLU, we explore the biggest civil rights and civil liberties issues of the day. As part of the ACLU's Systemic Equality Program, many recent conversations focus on how we address America's legacy of racism and systemic discrimination. Recent episodes include conversations with Kimberly Crenshaw on the true meaning of critical race theory. Go check that out. Nicole Hannah-Jones on how slavery still manifests in every aspect of American life, and more. So subscribe to At Liberty on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcast. Shout out to the ACLU. Check us out on social media at This Is The Read. Our website is thisistheread.com. Any news from you, friend, before we get out of here?
Nope, just working very hard over here as we always do.
I was in class all day today. Y'all have no idea. I'm so tired.
I had every meeting.
I had like 7 hours of class today.
There were cylinders in my brain firing off. I didn't know were there. Like I've never been more aware of my mind.
Go off cylinders.
Whatever.
And on that note, we will talk to you hoes next week.